freaks, nickismeta here. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most exciting airdrops by Azuki from NFT LA. There was so much immediate hype to this, and once they saw what they received, oh yeah, there was some disappointment. We're also going to be talking about another huge bank FOMOing into the metaverse, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I made $3,300 in 2 weeks flipping NFTs. I'm going to show you how I flipped these NFTs and the thought process behind it, and then I'll show you some future NFTs that I'm looking at. Before we get into it, two things. One, watch this video until the end. You do not want to miss this. And two, hit the subscribe button if you like these kind of videos so I can get into your feed, your YouTube feed. You'll see me everywhere. It's going to be awesome. You'll never be able to get rid of me. All right, guys. So first off, we have Azuki. Azuki has been the talk of the town in the NFT world. Everybody's talking about it. Ever since NFT LA, where they dropped an airdrop, their NFTs have doubled in price and the holders got a free airdrop. And it's not just about the drop. It's the way they did the drop, which was just really cool. So this is the Azuki stage at NFT LA where they announced the airdrop.
We're building Azuki, and together we're shaping the future of Web3. So let's see how deep this rabbit hole really goes. The Azuki universe is just beginning to unfold. Oh, and one more thing. Check your wallets.
Now, I don't even own an Azuki, but I'm hyped for this. This is, imagine being an Azuki holder during this, and the guy just out of nowhere says,
"Hey, check your wallet."
I'm pulling my phone out real quick, but yeah, reality sets in and I don't have an Azuki. But this is one of the projects I've been really wanting lately. The top projects I would want is Bored Ape and now Azuki. So what was the airdrop? So at that time when Azuki holders checked their wallets, they found this. A crate suspended in the air with a parachute. An airdrop. So they're being really quiet about this. They didn't want to give off too information. And I think that was just to build hype. And oh boy, that did the job. Everybody was talking about this. And each holder was given 2 of these airdrops that were completely free, and the floor price for each one was 4 ETH. 4 ETH. So every Azuki holder just basically got airdropped 8 Ethereum, which is about 24,000. A free 24,000. I'll take it. But then you got to wonder to yourself, are you going to sell them on the market, or are you going to wait until you figure out what is inside this crate, or are they going to ever reveal what's inside the crate? Well, they did. Now you're going to want to watch this one closely. Inside the crate is unbelievable. I cannot believe they did this. So what is 4 Ethereum worth? Well, it's worth a pile of dirt. A straight up pile of dirt airdropped from the sky into your wallet. And this was on April Fool's, by the way, which just adds even more to the genius marketing. And I gotta wonder if there's some poor folks out there that saw that they got a pile of dirt and just panic sold. I would imagine that happened, because you're gonna want to watch even further, because this just isn't a pile of dirt. I know it looks like it, but what pile of dirt would be worth 4 Ethereum? This guy even says at the bottom, someone's definitely going to panic sell, then wake up to them being pets or animals or whatever and be so pissed. There's at least one person that panic sold this pile of dirt. So what did the airdrop end up being? Beans. We got some beans. Now, what are these beans good for? Well, I think you can probably get an idea. Oh, I didn't know it was like cute bean with a pair of eyes. Oh, and right now these beans are worth now 5 Ethereum. They went up in price. So I think you can probably get an idea of what these beans might be used for. I don't believe they have announced it yet. They may just be hinting at Azuki land. Just like how Bored Ape is having their underworld, what was it? Other side. And I'm not too sure what these characters at the top are, because these are not the usual Azuki characters with the art style. So that might be something to look into. But God, it's a good time to be an Azuki holder. So in the last video, we talked about how Goldman Sachs valued the metaverse long-term as an $8 trillion opportunity. Now we have Citibank seeing the metaverse economy as large as 13 trillion by 2030 in 8 years. I don't know why, but I thought 2030 was like 15, 20 years from now. But I looked at my calendar here and we're at 2022. I don't know where I've been the past few years, but that just kind of blew my mind real quick. That's in 8 years, $13 trillion. And we could take a look at what the metaverse coin's total market cap is right now, which is 34 billion. And how far are we in percentage away from that $13 trillion figure? We are 0.26 6% away from that. We are so early right now. So they even have their figure set higher than Goldman Sachs. They say it could be between 8 trillion and 13 trillion by 2030, which is up to 5 billion users. But getting to that market level is going to require sizable infrastructure investment, they say. Currently, the most popular way to experience the metaverse is by playing a video game on a virtual reality headset, but it's possible that the metaverse is moving towards becoming the next generation of the internet or Web3. I'd say VR headsets, and if you're thinking about like the Oculus or the HTC Vive, that's just so far. We're just so far from it. I've had a couple VR headsets and I can't last an hour in those before getting sick. So we still have a long way to go, and metaverse and Web 3.0 is just beyond virtual headsets. It's being able to work and make money in the metaverse in a virtual digital world, owning your assets through NFTs. I mean, technically you could experience the metaverse through your desktop computer. I could right now open up Minecraft and go on the Critters NFT world and earn Blockcoin and trade that for real money. Now, it wouldn't make sense for me to go inside that Minecraft metaverse in a virtual headset because one, I'd get sick in an hour and have to take the headset off, and two, it just wouldn't be efficient. I wouldn't be able to get as much stuff done using a VR controller and a headset. It just wouldn't make sense. I think eventually we're going to have blockchain games made specifically for VR headsets. Then it'll start making more sense to put on a VR headset and do whatever you need to do, whether it be working in the virtual world, socializing, going to these events. We're just a long way from that. Oh, and this part's interesting. It says that the content streaming environment of the metaverse will likely need a computational efficiency improvement over 1,000 times today's level. Investments will be required in areas such as storage, network infrastructure, consumer hardware, and game development platforms. This is the infrastructure they're talking about. So we're talking about projects like Engine. Engine is a pretty good infrastructure play. Render token could be used to power the streaming infrastructure. AIOZ is also another one. We talk about that a lot in the TikToks and Instagrams. Ultra, I believe, is one of them. I believe that is like the Steam of crypto. So if you want good, safe bets on the metaverse, these infrastructure plays are great for that. You're not going to make 100x in a year or two, but I'd say they're pretty good plays. You're basically investing in the foundations, the building blocks of what is the metaverse. You're investing in the cogs and gears and what makes those cogs and gears, the metal. Because if you don't have those foundations, then you can't have something like Decentraland to build on top of that. I mean, just like they said, it's going to take 1,000 times the power to be able to run the metaverse. And there are companies right now that are working on that, like Render Token, AIOZ, something to power the metaverse. And not just metaverses, because there's going to be a lot of different metaverses. There's not just going to be one. I mean, there might be one that's going to be huge. It might be like an Apple and Android type thing. There might be like one metaverse that's like super awesome. They're all going to have their own different niches. There's going to be one metaverse, like it's going to be the Apple of metaverse. It's going to be simple, easy to use, convenient. And then there's going to be another metaverse where people can have more control. It's for people who know a little bit more technically about things. And then they're each going to have their own building blocks that they choose to build on top of. All right, guys. So now we're going to talk about some NFT plays that I have been making lately. It's been pretty good right now. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you probably saw the story where I made about 2K flipping an alien friend. And all this is public, by the way. This is my nickismeta is my OpenSea account. You can go to activity, see everything that I'm doing. You can see here I got a bunch of bids on 3-landers, and we'll get back to 3-landers here in a minute. So I bought alien friend at 1.5 ETH, and then a few days later, let's see, and it looks like 6 days later I sold it for 2.1, making about a $2,000 profit flip. So then what did I do after that? So after that, I went in and bought an even bigger NFT collection. I bought a 3-landers, but I didn't just buy it straight off the floor. I actually put a bid in for 2. So the guy was actually selling this for 2.8 Ethereum. I think the floor price at the time was about 2, but this is a pretty rare 3-landers. That's why he was selling it so high above the floor price. If you look at the head here, the memo cap is a 0.26% rarity in this collection, and there weren't many selling at the time. I mean, we could go right now and see how many people are selling memo caps. So out of the 10,000, there's only 3 memo caps on the secondary market right now. So you know what? I'm just going to throw out a 2 Ethereum offer on this 3-lander. And I believe the next day he bought it. And I was actually kind of surprised. I was so surprised. I went and messaged a guy. I found his account, I found his Twitter, I sent him a DM, and I was like, hey dude, why did you sell me this 3-lander? You could have made way more money than that. And his reasoning was, you know what? I could just show you. He could have made more, but he already had 2 3-landers, and he saw that ETH was about to pump, so he just wanted to sit on a little more ETH to feel more comfortable. The world of throwing out shit bids. And that brings us to why I have so many offers on 3-landers for 1.7. So you're probably wondering the same, why would someone take an offer lower than the floor? Because they don't have to wait for somebody to buy their NFT. If they get an offer on one of their NFTs, they could just accept it and they instantly get that money. They instantly get liquidity. So the guy that I bought it from, a few days ago, we were having Ethereum pumping from what, like 2,800 to now 3,400. So he saw that coming. He didn't know how long his 3-landers would be on sale for. So he wanted to get in Ethereum quick. So he saw my 2 Ethereum bid and he took it. And luckily for me, 3-landers did a pretty big pump this morning and I had it listed for 2.4. I probably could have gotten more for that. I had it listed at 2.8, but I dropped it back to 2.4. But then we just had this miraculous pump on 3-landers recently. If I could show you. See, we have this little pump here. And now I really want to get back in. That's why I'm putting offers on 3-landers and hoping one of those hits here soon. But it looks like I made a $1,400 profit on the 3-landers flip. And along with the Alien Friends flip, that's about $3,300 together. And I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, so now I have some shit bids on these 3-landers. I'm hoping one of those gets taken. I have a feeling 3-landers is going to kind of go up from here, but we'll see. I'm really trying. I'm trying my hardest not to ape into these NFT projects, but it's really hard, man. It is really hard. But I've gotten bit so many times making these emotional decisions like that. I'm going to do the opposite of what I would have done years ago. And I'm not going to ape in. I'm not going to ape into 3-landers. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's basically what I'm saying in my head every day. So for now, what am I doing? I'm looking into projects that I think are undervalued and that are not having this pump like 3-landers. I mean, you can check my watch list here. And I think one that I'm looking at is Little Lemon Friends. Little Lemon Friends seem to be a pretty good project. And everybody that I think kind of knows their shit in the NFT world, it seems like they own one or 2. And right now the floor price on this thing is pretty low. So I'm thinking about getting another one. I already do have one of them. Actually, how much did I get in on that Lemon Friend? Let's see. I got it at 0.179. Wow. So actually it's lower than what I bought it for earlier. So you know what? I may pick up 1 or even 2 of these Lemon Friends and see where these things go. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments. I love seeing your guys' feedback. That's honestly what keeps me going. It really just makes me feel good that somebody saw my video and took the time to comment on it. So I love that. Keep doing it. Hit the like button and subscribe for more NFT, blockchain gaming, play to earn videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.